Hello there. Welcome to EverPals.
Welcome to Everpals.
Yeah. I wish you could hear that intro music. It's so relaxing.
Well, I hear it when I re-listen to the podcast.
Yeah, but like it puts me in the mood to talk EverQuest.
You know, I actually was going to send you something today.
Well, you
I
can still send
found,
it to me.
yeah, I have to look for
Okay.
it now.
Okay,
but
yeah. Well, go ahead and tell me about it. What's up?
It was the gold anniversary edition of Request. I don't know if you remember that.
No. How many years was that? What did they define as gold anniversary?
I don't know if it was like the first 3. I know they had like the trilogy, the classic Kunark and Velius, but they had one that came out in a gold tin.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, this guy had posted, it's like an hour and a half of all the music from the gold tin edition. I think it's got like most of the classic zone music that was provided.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, a nice little hour and a half YouTube video to listen to, but I don't know why I didn't send it. Shame on me.
Yeah. We talked about this early on. We use like non-copyrighted music and everything. Not that there's a lot of people listening, but I think it would be really cool to incorporate some of the EverQuest music. Maybe after a while we could like reach out to them and be like, "Hey, is this cool?"
Yeah, like I said, I know one of the people used like the music from the title screen or whatever, but maybe we could use like the Kellethan music. I know that's a fan favorite.
Yeah, I like that one because I was a wood elf for quite a while, and I did play with music on like in classic on Povar, but I don't anymore. I usually have either people talking to Discord or I'll just put my own little music on from YouTube or whatever.
Well, we could do the battle music or something. I really like the battle music.
Now, when we play D&D, I know some people will like play a song on the Discord, and a lot of people choose EverQuest songs like the battle music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Rippy does that, and he'll throw in one of the battle musics or something like that.
Yeah, I never use like any music. I just when I'm doing the bard thing on Didgery for our D&D campaign, I kind of just click like really random bard music or something, see what comes up. Something with a lute, you know?
Yeah. One of my favorite songs from the EverQuest Special Classic is the Rivervale song. I just love that. It just fits everything. And now that Yarnax has the little deputy illusion, I play that sometimes just to kind of get into the bendy toe mood.
I like the Rivervale. I had a lot of my first characters starting out of Rivervale, and back when you play with music on, I definitely enjoyed all that music.
Oh yeah. So what else has been going on?
Well, how about you tell us what's going on there, Doctor?
Yeah. So earlier this week, I defended my dissertation for the presentation. You were in attendance and had a lot of people watching and getting my PhD now. So that part's done. There's a little paperwork to fill out. Hopefully it'll be like Monday or Tuesday and get their certificate, start applying for jobs, and yeah, get to work. Get to work what I want to really do is teaching. So it'd be really nice to be able to do that.
So I know you were saying that your specialty for your PhD was all the root cells and stuff. I was happy to watch, but what specifically do you want to teach?
I want to teach at like community college or liberal arts school and teach like general biology, molecular biology, genetics, cell biology, maybe even like anatomy and physiology. I'd be comfortable with that. Even dabble into a little inorganic chemistry, maybe. I mean, I feel comfortable teaching almost anything in the sciences, like maybe not physics and stuff, but at a school at the size I would want to work at, I'd have to teach many different types of classes, like 5 or 6 classes at any given time.
Yeah, I think when I was going through my nursing school, we had the same teacher do A and P, biology and chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and then plus all the labs and stuff.
Right. Yeah, just regular inorganic chemistry is not too bad. Organic chemistry gets a little tricky, but I guess I could do it. biochemistry. I don't want to mess with that. It's a different thing altogether. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And I know we haven't talked about my job too much over here, but they fired the old lady that I work with.
Oh, I remember. I know this old lady. She was like in her mid-70s or something, and
Yeah.
she called out a lot. But she said she didn't call out when you were working because she knew you get mad at her. But now she's
Yeah,
called out. She quit or got fired? I'm sorry.
she got fired.
Oh, so she's always calling out now. So that means more call-ins for you, huh?
Yeah, I think so already.
Okay. Well, hopefully, if anybody wants to work, contact
Yeah,
Wes here, and if
in the
you're in the
Phoenix
nursing
area
field.
and you want to be a psych nurse, come let me know. I'll hook you up.
Yeah. So that way you can work, and we can go play EverQuest.
Right. Yeah. So we're having like a whole restructuring in my job where the very like top boss, the CEO of the entire company,
All right.
is currently directly in charge of me, which is there's a couple tiers missing there.
Yeah.
Luckily the guy is very nice, but I
Does this
normally would
person have
not.
nursing experience?
No. He's
Oh,
the
okay.
CEO of the company.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just funny because yeah, he's very nice, but also I don't really want very much to do with him.
Yeah. Sure. It's just
Um,
it's a different type of job, different type of person. Yeah, I get it. He's not there in the trenches with you, dealing with all these people and everything and all their issues. And
well, picture it this way: like I'm an Amazon worker, and Jeff Bezos is now like hanging out at my office.
right.
I don't really think I need to see, or I don't want to talk to, or nobody wants to like, have to deal with Jeff Bezos on
Right.
a daily
You understand that
basis.
person has an importance. It's just they don't have an importance there on the floor with you. Like they don't.
Also, you only want to look good in front of that person, not
Oh, so you're like always on your best behavior? Well, I mean, can they honestly get rid of you? No.
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 Well, can I say that on a podcast, public podcast? They could if they wanted to. They probably
Of
shouldn't
course they
though.
could if they wanted to. But it would not be in their best interest to do so. I know you said you recently, what about like 6 months ago, you got Employee of the Year, was it?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I saw
I can't remember if
you.
we talked about it on the podcast yet.
No, but
No?
my first full year at the company, I got Employee of the Year. He was actually there um, when I left on Thursday morning, and I was like, "Hey, what about? Am I supposed to get a trophy or something?" I know that's like the least of his concern, but I was like, where is that thing? He was like, "It's coming, it's coming." So
Yeah, I think that's on the job description for CEOs is like trophy acquisition and distribution.
but it was really cool. I saw him
Sure.
like actually pull out his phone and get a hold of somebody. Like, "Hey, where are we with all that?"
Right.
So
That's
I mean,
part of his job.
yeah,
Yeah.
good for him.
So yeah, with this extra time that I have, a very brief moment of extra time, hopefully, and hopefully get a job real soon. But I was able to raid last night for the first time in a while. I kind of snuck in a couple of times, but able to raid
Yeah,
the
those
full night.
on Fridays we're doing splits of Frostgrip, or at the very beginning of Frostgrip, and
Right.
it's nice just to get some cheaper loot. You don't have to fight the whole guild for it.
Yeah, I got a couple of nice pieces. I got
I saw you finally filled up all your AUG slots.
yes, I have all AUG slots filled. Um, I had 2 armor pieces that I won and 2 augments that I won. So in total, I think I didn't look at the AC, but for hit points, I gained about 500 hit points last night.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, because I filled an empty AUG slot with a 210 item. A 210 AUG, so
I
that's huge.
saw. I was gonna bid on it, but obviously I'm penny pinching now that I spent 530 DKP on the chest piece on Thursday.
Have you made that yet, or are you still waiting for the power sources?
I made it, but I'm waiting for the power source.
Oh,
I
okay.
lose like some HP regen and I lose a lot of attack, so I'm just waiting to put it on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we might have like something going on this afternoon, like a guild group. Those are always nice to kind of try to get those power sources for everybody.
When I was in there before we got on today, and that little camp in Ashengate was camped already, but the
Oh,
other
with the
area,
Argent Protector or
yeah,
something like that. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
But the place that Rippy likes to go can get like 3 or 4 spawns. So
Oh, okay.
it's a nicer little area.
Now, let me think about this. So, can you only get the power sources in Ashengate, or they drop both in Ashengate and Frostcrypt? Or
I
do you
think
know
they
this?
dropped in Frost Crypt as well, but unfortunately, we've been kind of there's not a lot of names. Like there's not a spot
Right.
such as the one in Ashengate where these
And I think
power sources drop.
Frostcrypt, just in general, at least for the groupable stuff, it's a little harder than Ashengate. At least that's been my experience.
Yeah, and now we don't have the slower, so
Yeah, Slow Coco has been retired. I just didn't. We made um, Druish on a separate account because technically the account for Slow Coco was kind of borrowed, and I didn't want there to be any issues if he wanted to come back and start playing, and I didn't want to give up Druish, so made that character on a separate account. And I think it's nice just to have 2 accounts instead of 3. It's kind of especially one at the time I wasn't playing that often. I'm not saying Slow Coco is gone forever. It's just at the moment I didn't want to have 3 accounts being active.
yeah, that's understandable. I think Tricoco would have been cool with it, but
Probably.
I totally understand where you're coming from too. I did not. I mean, I'm not paying for Tricoco's account. He still has that just being paid for monthly.
Right.
So I did make a slow in on a different account though.
Yeah, and I think the guild in general, it seems like we have a lot of slowers, either bards, shamans, or enchanters that we could probably group with. I know the guild is growing some, but also some people have migrated over to the new servers, it seems. So it's kind of a time when the guild, the people remaining, can get together and work together and get some stuff done, Not as
For
much as
sure.
the loner stuff. I kind of like that where, people still have their boxes and everything, but, as the guild kind of reorganizes a little bit and, you have the people, that are staying, you're kind of like, yeah, I'll drop a box and get these people in my group or drop my main even and have my boxes and help out these people get their power sources or whatnot.
So maybe a little bit less of TSS, but hey, I just hit 20 on flexing on Thornblade
You
server.
did, and so did Druish, very quietly, even though she almost died a couple times today. Um, it's just a common theme with Druish. We got the new heals at level 19, and they're pulling a lot of aggro, and so I have to adjust for that with Pally. I've been using, I know you don't like me to do it, but I've been using the Flash of Light spell. It's nice when it's just the 4 of us, and we know we're not going to run around if we get aggro.
Right.
Yeah, but I won't use that in a group. I won't use Flash of Light in a group. But just in
Well,
22, I get my first stun.
I was going to ask you, have you thought about your last name yet?
I have not. Now, Druish, I have. That'll just be Druish Princess because that's Alpha Spaceballs.
I can't
Hopefully,
believe you said that live.
what?
I mean, I understand the reference, but
Yeah, you think people would just automatically know what it was?
somebody did. We already crossed somebody that kind of knew the reference, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think that might have been we were kind of messing around on Aradune a while ago, just like testing out the group composition. And that druid's name was Druidia. But we might have got, yeah, I think we might have also got known for the druidship thing. Maybe it was Deputy. I know
Yeah,
Deputy's made a lot of, anyway.
maybe Deputy Cube knew.
Yeah, Deputy Cubed. Uh,
Well, what about Flexin here?
oh, I think I know.
You do?
Well, it could be. So I know the original Flexin. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've only seen him a few times. Granted, is it Flexin D's Guns or something similar to that?
Flexing these guns. Yep,
Yeah.
that was the
See,
sure name.
these guns are like D's, like the letter D.
No, it's like THESE.
Oh, so like the word of these. Okay.
But I mean,
So,
that's like 11-year-old me like making flexin, and it doesn't have to be like that.
right, right.
So I don't
Well,
know
it
if
might be older you and having a familiar name, Testicle.
well, yeah, that's the
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
familiar I have on
uh-huh.
Mangler.
So that's
That's
where I
funny.
think Flexen might get his name as a derivative of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I think I was gonna do something different. I like the rhyme scheme, flexing and slowing, and
Okay.
I would like to, maybe have both of them.
Slowing D's mobs.
Yeah, or something. But I don't know. I guess I might have to sit on it.
Okay. I think it might be really cool if we get suggestions from the listeners. I think that would be cool. Um, join Discord and say what, I'm not saying we're going to do it, but, but I just, I'm curious to see what people think for a
Oh,
last
for
name
sure.
for, yeah. Pally. I know I never thought about it. No,
I mean, like hitting level 20 is a big thing. We get
it is.
extended targets,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
then
I was more interested in the extended target part of it, but
but we get the last name as well.
yeah. I
You didn't
know,
know about you totally forgot that.
I totally forgot about that. I mean, I knew about it obviously, but yeah, it's just something that I wasn't thinking about. But yeah, I see Pally. He's a worshiper of Roslimar, the like goddess of love. So he might be like a dude love or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Something, and that I will have to think about it though.
Dude
Love
love.
guru, dude love. Yeah.
So, what was the was it Zohan? Was he? No, wait. There was another movie, The Love Guru. Do you know what his name was in the movie?
Um, no, I mean I know it was like Mike. I never saw that movie, but I know it was Mike Myers played in it, and it was terrible from what I what I heard.
Oh, it's called Maurice Pitka.
Oh no, I don't think we're gonna go that route.
The
Yeah,
Love Guru.
but yeah, we'll have to. There's Dude Love. I really liked WWF or WWE wrestling, and like that was the time I was watching those things. Maybe it'd be something, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm gonna have to sit on it and think for a minute.
All right. So we played a little bit this morning, and we were in Unrest in Fireplace, kind of holding our own. I think you made the observation, and I was noticing it too, that our DPS with just the four of us is a little wanting. Um, Granted, we're right at level 19 in Fireplace, which is to me about the time you would start, 17, 18. That's when a group goes up there, but we're only four. So I'm not too worried about it. I think our DPS is going to be adequate, but it's not going to be stellar.
Yeah, it's a little bummed that we couldn't like properly clear the camp with enough time to get that last room cleared out.
Yeah, we were getting close. And, I don't know if another level, um, while in there would have like changed things going to level, if everybody was level 20, or if we were all, get to like level 21, if that made the difference. But something else about Pally in level 20, you know what Pally can use at level 20, right?
You just said stun, right?
No, that's an item. What item has Pally been coveting for so long?
The Ghoulbane,
Ghoulbane
obviously.
procs at level 20, yeah. And that's like 166 damage proc to undead.
So
So
what
we got
you're
to save up
saying
for
is,
nickel and dimes, yeah.
well, I'm running low on chrono, so
No,
I
I don't
may
think we need to
have
do chrono.
to.
I don't think there's like we're just going to chill in fireplace. We have fine steel weapons that drop there, and they're like 8 plat a piece. And I know I have a little bit here and there. I probably got about 75 plat if I scrape everything together.
Well,
If we can,
unfortunately, what I
mhm,
see happening is, um, you know, Thornblade is like a play to win server,
right?
wouldn't you say?
I think so. I mean, I think I can't speak for Mischief. I don't think Thornblade is as bad as Mischief based on what I'm hearing, reading like the forums and stuff. Seems like Mischief has more of like the bot army type of people. Granted, we're not in the zones that we would be seeing those. Um, but I think people are really cashing in Chrono. I haven't seen the Chrono price since Kunark released. We haven't been on really since then. I'm kind of curious what it is.
I'm still in game right now. I'll let you know if something pops up. There's a guy. He's just like linking items, and like first person to send me a tell gets it.
Oh
So
yeah, I was on my wizard and somebody just said, "Hey, I got this loam encrusted choker. Anybody wants it? Send me a tell." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it. I have a cloth necklace." So and they parceled it to me right away.
yeah, man, I love Thornblade. Like just
I like the the free trade. I think the free trade is the number one thing. Even if it didn't have random loots, but it had free trade, I would still be interested in these servers. Would is the randomized loot, is that the thing that drew you to like be interested in Mischief and Thornblade, or is it the free trade, or is it both of them?
um, I know. So on Fury on a Vi server, um,
Hmm.
people are. I don't know. Like that server was crazy for like the free loot, you know.
Right.
Um, and like obviously it was a place where people were going to make money, and then turning that into chrono, and then selling the chrono um back to using on different servers.
Yeah,
So
black market and stuff. Yeah.
I was interested in another Fury on a Vase server. I think that was really cool. A lot of people were asking for it. Then also the fact that EverQuest doesn't really do like weird specific servers. They do the
Right.
TLPs. They have like
Right.
very minute like changes in the experience or
Yeah.
whatever.
Or
This is
releasing the expansions. Right.
they so in 22 years this is not a this is kind of different,
Yeah. There's never been a server like this. Yeah.
And I think I had to be a part of it.
Hmm.
That was my thought process, and I think I would have been dumb to not have a couple characters going on this server. So
Yeah. I mean, we've been really slow about it. We still keep our presence in pals on Mangler. Like, Yarnax is still, well, I wouldn't say like the top tank anymore. Like the other guys have been really grabbing some loot, but I'm still relevant. I can tank everything. And Pokin, you're still doing top end DPS, um, and keeping up. Drakoko is snatching up all kinds of stuff I see.
man, I
Um,
keep sending the real Drokoko pictures of all the
uh-huh.
gears that he's getting, and he's like, "Holy crap!" So
Yeah.
I really love for him to be done with school, but yeah, his character is still going to be well when he comes back. Actually,
Hmm.
what's really funny is I was asking some of the boxes on Mangler, or some of the mains with boxes on Mangler,
Right.
like, "Hey, what's your hit points? What's your mana and all that stuff?" And you know, uh, Trococo's no slouch.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see in raids or even in groups, and you're not. I mean, you're like almost chain casting heals on Yarnax, and I see your mana bar, and you're still like 90%, and you're just chilling. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'm actually like chain casting,
Yeah.
so he gets
Right.
that mana back pretty fast.
So yeah, I mean, we're like in the expansion, we got about a month left in Serpent Spine, and then we'll have um, the Buried Sea coming up after that. And I think I've already told you that's not one of my favorite expansions. I've heard a lot of people say that the Serpent Spine was their favorite expansion. I can't agree with that. It's a great expansion, but I can't agree with that. What's your thoughts on that?
Um, I don't know. I don't think I don't want to say it's my favorite expansion yet.
Right.
It's nice. It's a nice expansion. I know a lot of people are having fun. I don't think I've been really using it to its fullest either.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
we've been a little distracted. I know you, especially busy with work, and me finishing my PhD and also dabbling in Thornblade a little bit. I don't think that distracts us too much, maybe a small amount.
I think what was it? DODH.
Yeah,
I want to say right now with all that is maybe my favorite expansion with all the new
really.
tasks and stuff you could do.
Okay.
I hated getting
DODH.
around the expansion.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you got used to it, it wasn't as bad. Like it didn't take as long, but you definitely have to have levitate. It was a pain in the ass if you had a box because of that. But and as long as you had your dinner invitation, didn't have to go through the hive. That wasn't too bad. But yeah, I get what you're coming from.
Um, but I mean, I really liked. I other than the end zone because I wasn't a huge fan of Demiplane being the same zone as what was it?
Dreadspire keep.
Yeah. So,
Right,
um, I that was a little weird. I really preferred having like a different zone there, but
right.
um, I understand the lore and stuff behind it. I
Where
really
there's two
think though,
versions of it, the version you see and the version that exists in reality or something.
right? But all in all, having all those tasks and having to do tasks for the spells and such, that was a lot of fun.
Well, you say you don't like, reused zones as an end game, but that happens in both instances in the Serpent Spine. But do you notice it that much? Because do you not notice it because you don't? We're not grouping as much in these zones, or like,
That might be it. Like,
right?
we're not really sitting in Ashen Gate,
Hmm.
um, but there's like Ashen Gate's huge,
Yeah,
so
it is.
and I want to say it's probably not too much bigger than Treadspire or Demiplane was, but um, I
Yeah.
feel like you have the three paths, and you gotta just you're there for what it is,
One of
So,
my favorite things about Ashen Gate, and I can't remember if you were there that night for this, but this Vishan scale, to see that and to get an idea of how large Vishan is. Did you
oh,
see
I
the
don't know.
scale that was in the middle there?
Is that like at the end of North, where
End of
by
North,
the
yeah. Hmm.
big lava pit or whatever?
Yeah, but I think it's only in the groupable zone. It's not in the raid zone. I haven't seen it then when we're fighting, Lethar or whatever it is, the dragon at the end.
I feel like I have to like
I think you can just
start.
sneak in there with Pokin sometime and check it out.
Yeah, maybe I should. I have to like look up more. My
A
face is
secondary
like
note for Pokin, I forgot about this. Remember how in DODH you could do the adventure Slipgear's Gym, and you can get a nice augment for your charm just by like sneaking around and going to points? Did you ever do that? Probably didn't do this, but I
no,
did it on
I'm
Poly, and I got it within 30 minutes or an hour. I got a nice
oh yeah.
augment, 100 hit point augment. You can get this something similar in Serpent Spine as a rogue, and just go around to these waypoints and get a nice augment. So you should check that out. Or if you're listening and you're a rogue, check it out. I mean, it's
Um,
good for everybody, but it's just obviously it's easier for a rogue.
the one thing I didn't like about TSS is it wasn't. I feel like you need a doctorate to figure out
Well,
how
you're
to
you're in luck, sir.
get through. Like if it wasn't for you, I felt like super lost. And then I'm not a dumb guy. I'm not. I feel like I'm pretty smart actually.
Yeah, I mean, you have your nursing degree, man. That's no slouch. Don't sell yourself short. You're very
Right.
like, yeah. I mean, come on.
But I think
You
I
mean like as
think
far
like
as like which missions you need, progression, and like what factions do I need? Like how to get those factions? What's the best way? Like there's a lot to it. Yeah.
yeah, and like that was just I don't know. I felt like that was really crappy and that it was so confusing. And then I would ask like Noto, like, "Hey, I have all this faction now. What do I need?" And it's like I still don't have what I need, even though I thought I was done.
Yeah.
Or oh, you just need this kill, or I wasn't close enough to the bridge, so I lost out on the faction for the one. I was like, this is
Right.
just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like you saying like I you said like you thought maybe I had all the answers, but I realized no, I didn't. Like when people like you said like Noto and a couple other people in the guild, sorry, I'm leaving your name out, but um they did more research than I did, and they knew the exact answer. I had a pretty good idea. I use Rasper's Realm a lot. I like the format of it, and it's not always 100% correct, but it's a pretty good basis. And they have links to like Alakazam or different websites where you can get a different version of either a raid event or progression in that expansion.
Well, it's intimidating where like some of the guys in our guild are able to start the events, and
Right,
they are the only ones to start the events.
right.
They have to be there, but why am I not able to start the event? I did so much. I feel like I did a lot of work that first week or two, and trying to get
We did. I
flag for
think we really
everything.
did.
But I'm still not able to start an event with the Griffin Tamer or whatever. So ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit more. I mean, like we could do those things, but obviously, like at this point, like the people that are doing it, people, the raid leader has their information, or they just show up a whole lot. It's not an issue. Like we could do those things. It's just like the reward for them now, and there's no reward for them. Now, even in Prophecy Row, like you and I, that was a time where we had all four of us, and we were pretty comfortable. We knocked out a lot on our own. We were one of the first people in the guild. I wouldn't say we were the first, one of the first people in the guild to be complete, to like be ready to the next step. And there were a lot of people that like we went through Arkstone, we went through the Eldar Forest, we did all that stuff, and we were very motivated. I think there was maybe like a 3 or 4 day period. I think you took. Did you take vacation time?
I I think I was on my vacation while that launched. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it just like we barreled through it in like 3 or 4 days, and then everyone's like, we were done, and everyone's like, "Hey, I need this, I need that," and we're like, "Well, yeah, let's carry some people through this." But it
It's
was
the thing with POR was getting all those skins, and that was really annoying. And then
right.
found out like once you got all the skins, like it was kind of pointless because you could just redo it, and I don't know. POR was just a headache.
Yeah, that's definitely on the not anybody's favorite. I don't think.
The zones were cool, but
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, the devastation being like a dynamic zone, and also Severag being dynamic and who was in control and all that stuff. But I mean, to me, it didn't matter who was in control. Um, I remember back on Povar, we kept it the way it was because the mobs that were there were not seeing Viz mobs, and it was like a server rule that we wouldn't let it change, and it never changed. It was pretty cool. But for us, it was Severag was a pretty tough zone. I didn't like
for
tanking
sure,
at Severag.
those things hit hard. I'm glad we haven't been back there since.
I'm sure they probably hit hard now. Like even when we go back to TACV on like for fun nights and to get people like some box gear, that stuff still hits hard. Like the mass trucks, the little trash mobs, still hit for like 3K.
For sure.
Yeah,
So I think maybe a short episode for this episode.
yeah, just a little update.
We got some more gaming to do tonight. I think um, where we can touch on some of that stuff, on a future
Hmm.
episode. And then we have a special guest episode coming up here soon. So
Right.
probably be released, around the same time as this one.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So be sure and contact us. We got all kinds of ways. What's the is it link link tree, whatever it is?
Yeah.
Oh man, I am being mediocre at the moment.
Uh,
So I know you created that,
yeah.
and I want people to go there, but I don't
Yep.
know how to tell them.
It'll be in the description, right?
It's in the description. Yeah. So just click on that or copy and paste it. You can find all of our
Perf-
social media accounts, ways to listen, other ways to listen to podcasts. Obviously, to listen to it somehow. You just keep doing that. That's fine. But
And if the old links aren't working, the new links definitely are. So
yeah,
definitely
if
click the link tree and try to find
Discord,
out what's going
that's a
on
great
there.
way to communicate with us through Discord. Tell us what surnames you like. Again, disclaimer: we might not agree with you. Uh, um, and then you can always contact us at everpalsthornblade@gmail.com and just be like, hey, I like what I'm hearing, or hey, Wes sounds terrible. Yeah.
I don't sound terrible.
He doesn't sound terrible. So,
All right. Well, thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Doctor. I love Spies Like Us. Good movie. All right.
All right.
Yep. I'm going to play the
Cue
outro music.
music.
All right, here goes.
It.
Outro music incoming.